Bru, has it hit you emotionally about what this week and the last time on that field means? And two, kind of where are you guys offensively right now and trying to be more explosive? What's lacking there?
Yeah, to answer the first question, it hasn't hit me yet. I mean, maybe a little bit at practice today, just kind of like, you're like, man, I don't know how many more of these I'm going to get. But as far as creating explosives, it's a total team effort type of thing. We know we got guys that can create explosives. We got, receivers that can get open and win their one-on-ones. It just comes down to everybody executing all at the same time. And, yeah, I think as soon as that happens, that's when the explosives start to come at a higher rate.
Is it hard not to be frustrated?
I mean, it's part of my job to care, but also part of my job to not get frustrated and not let that bleed into the way I play or how I affect my teammates. So, yeah, I mean, it's hard not to get frustrated, but that's only human, but it's also part of my job to work against that.
Bru, as you get ready for your final home game, just what's this place meant to you in the 3 years you've spent here, and what do you think it's going to be like Saturday out there on the field and kind of knowing you're going through everything for the last time?
Man, I mean, these last 3 years have been like instrumental in my development as a young man and maturity, but I found home here and made a lot of great relationships. Really have enjoyed my time around my teammates and coaches. And it's created like a second home for me. And really, this is like my first home. So like I'm a kid from Southern California, and now whenever someone's like, "When you going home?" I'll be talking about going back to Knoxville. And man, it's a very special place to me. All the emotions haven't really settled in yet.
What are one of those memories that you cherish the most that has allowed you to feel like this is a second home to you?
It's hard to get particular about things like that, but I will say, like, outside of the football stuff, it's really like the locker room camaraderie. And then, like, being an older guy, you get to appreciate, like, getting to look out for younger guys or help guide them and tell them stories of stuff you've done, and them telling that, like, it's really the locker room camaraderie. It's the time you spend, not necessarily playing football, but just with the guys that you love to be around. So, that's something I'll definitely miss, but hopefully, things play out the right way. We get some more time together.
Bru, this senior class has been part of the real change in this program over the last few years. What have you seen? What has it meant to you to watch this transformation?
I mean, it means a lot because I think part of the mentality that I've carried just as a competitor is just like this expectation to win in whatever you do. I wasn't around for prior coaches, and I didn't really see too much of Tennessee's prior records. But I know that when I got here in 22, the standard stopped being, we might win. It's we expect to win. And I think following that in 23, we had an expectation to win, and that bar got pushed a little higher and then a little bit higher this year to the point where no one's thinking about 2020, 19, even 21 necessarily. It's this new standard of Tennessee should be in the SEC championship, should be competing for championships every year, should have 10-win seasons consistently. But it's just, I'm proud to have been a part of that change.
How have you seen the team kind of regroup, getting back into the week, coming off a loss, and get back to practice, get back to work?
Honestly, you talk about how to respond to a loss, and like this team is showed up today and probably had one of our better practices on the year as far as effort. Nobody's feeling sorry for themselves or feeling like it's the end, and it's just really about attacking it. You flush, we lost, flush it, move on. What's the next thing I can focus on? Because I can only control what I can control, and that's my effort today, tomorrow. But guys are responding the right way.
Bru, how's Mike Matthews developing and hanging in there with limited opportunities so far?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of those guys, the younger guy that I get to spend a lot of time with. So that's like my little bro, my guy. And I tell him all the time, like, just don't be in a hurry. Don't feel like you're underachieving just because you're not living it out exactly how you pictured it. I was a guy like him, a 5-star, you know, #1 athlete coming out, and my story didn't go the way I wanted it to. It's different than his situation, but for him, it's just, I just remind him, like, be urgent, but understand you have time. Don't let that time let you get lax. Still continue to push the needle, but just be ready for when that opportunity comes, and don't look back when it does, you know, and remember how you felt in these moments when you're just itching to want to be on the field and contribute. Use that as soon as that opportunity comes, let that fuel you, and then take off.
What kind of impact has Kelsey Pope had on you?
Man, I mean, we look at clips all the time and go, look how far we've come, but he's been somebody that I looked up to as a mentor. You know, being so far from home, far from family, you look for men in your life that can give you guidance on how to live right, do right, things like that. And he's been instrumental in that for me. But as far as development, man, he's one of a kind. Like, you won't find a coach that cares more, pours more into his guys, more attention to detail, never takes a day off and doesn't let you take a day off. Like, any athlete knows, some days you wake up, you just don't want to go. Like, it's you don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to practice, and having a coach like him, he doesn't allow those. Like, you show up tired, he'll wake you up, he'll make you work hard, he'll make you repeat reps. You drop a ball, he'll make you go again and catch it 2, 3, 4 more times just to show. So you gain confidence in yourself. And he's hard on you so that when you get to the field Saturday, it's easy. But, man, Coach Pope has been just, I mean, I couldn't be more happy to have experienced being coached by him.
We'll obviously find out tonight what the new playoff rankings look like, but, you know, I know you guys are trying to focus on what you can control, but from your perspective with 2 games left, what do you all feel like you have to do, knowing that there's a chance you might be kind of comparing or the committee might be comparing your resume to other teams with the same record?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of stating the obvious. Got to win out. Got to win convincingly. Got to show some things on tape that maybe we haven't shown previously, so that whoever knows that we can do certain things at a high level. You know, but really it's just going as hard as you can for these last 2 weeks. And the way my mind is like, I'm not even thinking about next week. I'm thinking about my next film session, you know, in an hour. So really just went out and put all the hard work we've had on display. Like, we've talked a lot about the potential we have and almost being there. And now we've got 2 opportunities in these next 2 weeks to put that on display.